What's going on? Legionluda here playing more RuneScape Dragonwilds. Welcome to our Daily Gaming XP Grind episode 126. So what I'm going to be focusing on in this episode is a little bit of cooking as well as a little bit of rune crafting. So we've got quite a bit of different things that we can actually cook and we're going to get them started. So let's go ahead and pop a cooking potion just in case we accidentally sort of cook something and then run by it and get XP. We want to make sure we're getting the most XP. We will be doing an XP update at the end of the video rather than the beginning part, as I feel if you happen to have watched a couple of my recent videos, then you'll get an idea of where we're currently at. So we've got quite a bit of mushrooms, some cabbage, and quite a bit of things really. We've obviously got to really get back to hunting sheep and ram, as this ever since they changed the ratio to 1-to-1, it's going to really make a lot of things easier, right? It's going to provide a lot better. I'm not sure if they change the XP rates or not, but basically it's going to help out quite a bit. I think I'm just going to make a lot of lore runes, and the primary reason for this is because I imagine with Valhalla coming to the game, that's going to be the rune that we probably need the most of. I think everything else looks to be pretty good. We can get rid of a little bit more arrows and put those inside the chest. So I imagine Blurite ore will be ready to get again as well. Actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and get the XP boost. And now I've got to remember what it looks like because I haven't used it in a little bit. Let's see. And I don't see it in here. I put it in here by accident. It's right here, the wild pie. So let's just go ahead and bring that. Looks like I don't have room because I accidentally grabbed those eggs. So that's unfortunate. So let's just pop all this here and hope we can grab those. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started on making lore runes. The important thing with this is just to be as efficient as possible. It looks like I'm still using the other potion, so let's go ahead and pop the rune crafting potion. But yes, so when you're clicking on this, just wait a couple, maybe like a second, because if you click it too fast, basically you're not going to get, it's not going to sync together. You're going to have a delay and you really don't want that. So let's go ahead. We're doing quite nice already. I'm sure we're going to have mistakes just because we've got to craft so much essence. But you can definitely see a significant difference in XP. Normally, I think we were getting about 505, maybe it was 550. Now we're getting 633. So it's actually quite a big difference in XP overall. So that's quite a big deal, and that will actually help us progress in our skills faster. I suppose we could always carry the wild pie with us when we're working on range and magic and things like that, and that will actually help us level faster. The rune crafting is not going to take that long, but we are going to get a substantial amount of XP. You can see here we're almost reaching the 10,000 XP mark, which is actually quite crazy. I think we only needed, was it 60,000 left until we were a million XP? I'm not 100% sure. It might have been 40,000. And if that's the case, we're 30,000 XP away from a million rune crafting XP, which is really a big deal. And it took us such a long time to actually get where we currently are with it. So just got to keep progressing. But I obviously talk about how I don't want to get there too fast, as Valhalla still got quite a bit away until it's here. What's it, November, December? So I guess it's about like a month, a little bit more than a month and a half or something like that. So unfortunately our inventory is full, so we're going to have to put some of these. But yeah, so it will be here rather soon, and it's crazy how fast it came. I thought I was going to dread how long it was going to take, but I've been doing other things away from the game, so I think that's probably helped sort of keep myself focused, and maybe not so focused on this update, because obviously this update's massive, it's major, it's going to bring a lot of people to the game, but also it's going to bring a lot of content to the game. So people maybe who stop playing are going to come back, and then overall it's just going to bring so much to do. I know it's just farming. um, probably quite a bit of quests, new creatures, new monsters, new dragons, new armors. So there's going to be quite a bit to delve into, right? Maybe even some new vaults. So it's going to be a lot to explore. It took such a long time to quite explore everything that's in this patch, this amount that we've got. But they've said that the new expansion's supposed to have, I think they said the map's going to be 2.5 times the size of what we've currently got in the game now. So that's actually really, when you think about that, that's actually really crazy when you talk about content and what we're going to be getting. So really looking forward to that, and hopefully we can hold the rest of these runes. We should be okay, but we might not. So let's hope for the best. Also, we're going to be getting new recipes because obviously increasing the skill cap, right, by probably 10 levels. I'm not sure how much we're going to be seeing of an increase, but I think 10 levels would make sense potentially. So you're going to have new recipes. You're going to be getting to be able to build larger chests, probably, I would imagine, that you can hold more stuff in. So I think that's a really big deal. Bigger chests means less stuff sort of lying around. For me, it's a really big deal. Maybe we could finally clean up our storage warehouse and get that sort of fixed up, because that is an absolute mess at times. Um, it'd be really cool if they decided to do that, and I don't see why they wouldn't. So let's go ahead and put all this food away now. I'm sure we could even sort of go into making other food now that we've made this food. I'm not 100% sure. We do get some more clean water. Unfortunately, the clean water one is, oh, I guess, what's all this? Oh, in a second chest, we sort of filled this up with more food. But I think it's the red berries. We actually need these, if I'm not mistaken, to use with clean water. Let's go look. This is an instant one as well, so it is. So let's make these really quick. 949 XP, so it's quite a good XP. So I actually shouldn't have used my last red berries. That's why I sort of had those, was sort of waiting to work those. So I didn't really waste a lot though, so it's not really a big deal. Let's go ahead and put all this stuff away if there's room for those things. You can already see that we have so much cooked food in the game, and it's not really a bad thing. I think what's going to happen is basically Felhallo is going to come to the game, and we're going to need all this cooked food. It's going to be a large part of the game. Basically, being able to go out and fight and be on the move so much, you're going to want to basically have access to large amounts of food, because you're going to be away from your base. That was a complete fail, and basically dealing with all these environments that are going to probably require a lot of food. And I know that they made the huge revamp on cooking, so part of that might actually be because they realized that new terrains call for basically new terrains call for different foods. Or new terrains mean more food, potentially, depending on harsh environments that sort of call for it. So it'd be interesting to see what that looks like. So the blurite's not respawned quite yet, and so we're not going to be working on that. Let's go back to our base. Do I have any sort of thing like an attack potion that sort of grants more XP? I don't even know, because I really don't think a weak focused. So I guess I could, I don't know. I don't really want to walk on attack right now, and I don't even know if there's magic potions. Quarry Master. Let's see. So there's obviously more potions I need to be working on and building or crafting, so that way I can be getting more XP. But I guess for now, since we've got all these other ones sort of already activated, I don't know. It looks like they sort of maybe even made some changes to the combat fighting, the way that it goes. I don't know. There's like a really, I don't know, seem a little bit different. It could just be in my imagination, but really like it. I don't know. Either way, it was awesome before. So any slight improvements are greatly appreciated. It's the little things really, right? In a game that sort of over the course of time really enhance your play. And I think those are things that we can really appreciate when a developer sort of looks at things and assesses things, listens to the players, and basically says, how can we do this better? How can we do it different? Rather than sort of just putting everything inside a game and whether or not we like it, it's just the way it is. So, greatly appreciative of that. I can't say that enough, really. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people feel the same way. That basically, your experience while playing the game is a large part of the game itself, and little things can make a world of difference. So let's go ahead and get over here, and obviously these rune essences are starting to respond. I don't really want to touch that in this video. Obviously behind the scenes at some point, hopefully we can start getting back to that, sort of making an effort to work on that, as it is important to get more rune essence, so that way, one, we get a million XP, but then two, it's going to be really important because obviously we want to have enough rune essence left over so we don't really have to mess around with the skill too much anymore, basically. I'm sure there might be a time if they decided to add larger, like rune essence areas where you could gather it, that might be kind of cool, actually. But I mean, and I imagine that throughout the game as they come out with new updates, I'm going to be having to teleport to all sorts of places, and probably having to go through quite a bit of runes. So hopefully in the, I mean, but then again, I've already got so many runes built and put inside chests. But obviously, new runes are going to come to the game as they add abilities and spells and things like that. So obviously, I will always need more rune essence. And that was actually really cool. I didn't really highlight it in a moment, but you saw all those rats sort of attacking me. I thought that was really cool. It was like almost like they called like a rat coal, and they all sort of just came at the same time. So I thought that was really, really neat. Something small, but at the same time, you might want to just try to appreciate certain things about a game, right? That sort of make it what it is. And I really felt like that was one of those really cool moments when, I mean, it's so simple, but like, what's it like? Five rats come at you at the same time. Even though they're no match for me, it was still really fun and exciting. Um, just very interesting with Valhalla about what, I mean, I guess we don't know when it's coming in December, but hopefully in the earlier part of the month, because obviously the holidays are a sort of a time when people want to spend time with family and maybe they won't be able to jump on a game as much. So hopefully it sort of works out where Valhalla comes to the game closer to the beginning of the month, just so that way everyone can sort of enjoy all the new features the game's going to bring, and just add like probably over maybe what 200-300 hours of exploring and having fun with the game. But then that just depends on your play style and ultimately what you like to do in RuneScape Dragonwilds. But there'll be new quests and all sorts of new exciting things, and obviously it's speculation from my end at this point, but I don't see why we wouldn't be getting all those cool things that I just sort of basically went over. So, extremely exciting. So, we're going to go back to our base, put all this stuff away, and then we're going to do an XP update. And I think it's going to be pretty exciting how close we're actually going to be to our goal. We are going to pick up that food really quick, so we will need to pop a cooking potion, and then we can actually get started on that XP update. 627 XP. So let's go ahead and drop all this in here, which some of it doesn't really belong in there, but we'll have to deal with it later. So anyway, let's pop over here. So attack, 324,000 XP. Ranged, 56,000 XP. Woodcutting, 1,002,000. Construction, 2,014,000. Rune crafting, 976,693 XP. We are literally about 23,300 XP away from a million rune crafting XP. It's incredible. We've got magic, 124,000 XP, mining, 4,236,000 XP, artisan, 4,127,000 XP, and cooking, 459,208. So, like I stated before, 600,000 cooking XP, I think, is doable before Fairhello comes to the game. It should easily be able to be done. Can I get further? I do believe I could, ultimately. It's going to take some time to obviously hit a million cooking, but now it's possible with the changes that they made to the game. Obviously, they must have seen how difficult it was and realized we need to make this a little bit more achievable. I'm just sort of going through all these different things that I can do. Really, I think the biggest things is going to be small animal fangs, red berries, and feathers. And this is not really going to go for me, honestly. It's too challenging to collect all the Highlander to just waste them. Obviously, these things probably do good things, but at the same time, not really interested in it. Really just trying to get rid of all that clean water that I've got, and I've got a ton. So, anyway, guys, we really hope you guys are enjoying our content, and we hope you're enjoying your adventures in RuneScape Dragonwilds. And until next time, Legion Nuda out.